like I want to make sure that we've got the right teams all set up, and the teams on the numbers, and we'll make sure the bot gets all set up for this matchup. And you're gonna want to bet on it. You know, those crowds will be used in the future for raffles and giveaways and such. So make sure you stock up on those early as we get ourselves ready for Zelos and Expandable. We're actually seeing a little bit of time taken here in the agent selection. This is normally something where teams will get their agents down and get their comp built in very quickly, but we're taking down to 15, 14 seconds, and it's still taking and still going. So it looks like one of the teams having a bit of a question about what they want to play.
Yeah, either that or somebody buying somebody time that had gotten up or something. So it's gonna run out of time. That's really interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they were just debating and just using all that time to think of something, or maybe we had a disconnect or sometime. I guess we will find out shortly when we get in the map and we see somebody idle on the mini map here. But regardless, so we're gonna head into bind here and get ready for round number 1.
I don't expect anything too crazy. I mean, yes, we don't have the killjoy, but I don't expect anything too. I don't expect anything too crazy to happen in terms of the team comps. I mean, we do see a jet, so that is fairly unusual here. And that is actually on the side of Expandable, as it looks like Zelos is going to be on the attack here for the first half. So Zyphel there on the jet, playing the very aggressive agent, something you normally see when you're playing offense on the first side. So maybe Expandable have some tricks up their sleeve, playing this aggressive agent on defense for the first half.
And Zyphel, so I've gotten to see Expandable a little bit, even outside of the scope of these events. And Zyphel loves to play super aggressively here, loves playing on that agent. And you can on defense, you're going to see them play basically like they're on attack. So don't be surprised if you see them going in, taking 2-on-1s, even from the defensive side. The team will know how to play around it. And that's a wrinkle in defense that some teams aren't prepared for.
Triple Smoke's coming out here on the A side, so Ethanol's going to have to back off, but with all the execute, they know that this is where the site's going to be taken. We do see one get taken down, so first kill going over to Zelos. So retake is here, and they're trying to make sure that they can get in. Stun comes out from Lyoko. Coming around the corner, Seos is waiting, but gets blinded up, but he's going to land at least one. Gets traded out by Ship to me. Patch will pick up another one up over the wall. Can't take it, as Zyphel will drop to Patch. Patch picks up his third, and the attackers, Zelos, will go up 1-0 early on.
And that's a really good adjustment there from the attacking side. They had an idea in mind, and then it seemed like they were just able to spread out, divide and conquer really quickly. We saw the triple kill there registered at the end. Beautifully played by Patch, ultimately, and Seos able to, even though they traded, able to pull off a good trade to just sort of give the rest of the team time to get in a good position. And that's a hot start. They have to be happy with that.
So this is interesting. So we normally see players who are going to be the operator players. They won't buy in the second round as they rely on the rest of their team to try to push in. But we do see the Marshal coming out, which is the secondary long rifle that can be played using holding those angles. So maybe we see a double op setup for the attackers, which is fairly unheard of here. Zyphel's going to find the entire team on that team.
Everybody.
He's going to be able to stay alive for the moment. Smoke comes out to keep him away, as Lyoko will fall, or Lyoko takes down Quentin, and now that's a Bulldog in the hands of Zyphel, still alive behind this cage.
Zyphel's got a whole lot of information to play with and has a lot of opportunities to work with. It finds one, going to trade with Cage. Lyoko going to pick that up. Shift him, he finds another. Has the information, shoot through the smoke. That's awfully thrifty. Joker going to even things out, 1-1.
That is awfully thrifty. Use that exclamation mark, thrifty, there in the chat. We'll get to hear ourselves a little bit of a ding. It's another fun little thing we have here at GLG for those thrifty rounds. Way to play that from Expandable. That was... Honestly, I want to say that was on the back of Zyphel. I know he only got one kill, but the fact that the Peak found 5 members here at B Long and then was able to just sneak away through the smoke in the cage to stay alive and put in a little bit of damage but get that knowledge was so crucial to Expandable winning that round. And now we're going to see the shift over to this A site. FNL just waiting to see if he hears anything. He does. He gets the wall up in top.
Yeah, everybody's there, and information just as important in creds and currency. Phytech gonna see a couple people here as well, and really good peeks here coming out for the side of Expandable, able to find where everybody is and using that to their advantage. They can set up here, like we see Phytech can just buy some time, hang out, probably pick up a kill as soon as they move out of the smoke.
Yeah, this is a really nice angle in lamps right around U-Haul. You got a good angle on the boxes, and if you've got the knowledge, you can fire through, but you don't want to overly expose yourself right now. But this is a very, very tight angle. Gonna get smoked off just a bit, but the shots will come out. Gonna take down the blind at least to give himself a little bit more opportunity.
SNL wants to shoot through the smoke. I kind of wish they pulled the trigger there. I think they would have had a kill or two, decide not to. Don't want to give their information away, but we can see through the shadows, though. Quentin holding shower. The rest of the team's going to rotate. Looks like maybe the hookah, and we'll see how the defense answers here. Expandable does have the advantage. Time on their side. Patch going to find a kill, and Patch opening things up with a double.
Gonna get taken down, but those two opening picks are huge here. With the Sheriff, gonna at least get them this A-site standard take with the spike planted. But the good angle here from Zyfel, jumping up on the top box, has the ultimate available. Updraft is gonna let him pick up 4. Can he get the ace? He's waiting. Gonna try to see if he can dive in and get the ace with the kill. No! No! Patch is gonna take him down, but Shift to Me will secure the round.
I think they could live with it on the highlight reel. 4 kills and they get the round, so doing the job. And we've kind of talked about this in these first 3 rounds here, Joker. You're seeing really quickly there the difference aggression can make on defense. Even if you're not picking up the kills, you're getting information, you're opening up space, you're setting up your teammates here. And those Zyphos at the top 5 and 3, you open up space for Shift to Me, go 5 and 1. Lyoko to start hitting on cylinders, and they're setting themselves up for a really interesting plan of attack here, playing around Zypho's mobility and agency to move around the map.
And it's such a different take on these defensive style plays. To play with the aggressive agents like a Jet, to be able to use those high angles that typically Jet's not played. You know, she's one of those agents that people think is weaker. Her abilities, you know, they have a little bit of a delay to them. So after dashing, if you're caught out in the wrong position, you can't get your gun up to fire quickly enough. But it awards the early aggression and the innovativeness to be able to move before your opponents can see you and be able to use those angles like that to win rounds there for your team. Lyoko hanging out an elbow, and everybody knows it's a B-side take. Utilities coming out, smokes are coming down. 2 in hookah. No shots are really being landed yet. Zypho will finally find one through the smoke to pick up the first kill.
Keeping everybody intimidated up in hookah, and then is able to slide over and find a pick in an opposite side. Zypho again still has everyone suppressed. And we're seeing again here from Xylus, they keep making these pushes and they're just either not aggressive enough, they're not taking command of the game enough. They get stuck in this middle ground with 30 seconds to go, but Quentin finding a kill at least maybe opens things up in a 4v4.
Oh, Zyfel now landing the shots, feeling himself through the smoke, picked off on a hookah, but this is a good rotation from Cade. The cage will come out to try to slow them down. The blind will come in. That's the teleport coming back over from Omen. They're going to be able to get right back onto this site and make it very hard for anyone to plant. Spike's going to try to go down. He can't get it in time as Spytech will secure the defensive round win here. And they'll move up 3-1 early on. So Expandable looking very good with this aggressive defense.
Yeah, Phytech says, oh, you want to wait till 6 seconds to plant? Just set me up. I'm going to step out here. The second you do, you're not going to be able to tick it down to half. Can't stick it there. And I want to see from this attack, I want to see Zelos commit to something, even if it doesn't go right. They get halfway to their point and they go, maybe we'll go this way, maybe we'll go that way, and sort of stall out. I want to see them power through an attack, make it a little bit more of a strategic play, and even if they lose mechanically, at least they're letting Expandable know we're not going to just sit back on our healers, because that's what we're seeing so far.
Zypho getting chunked out just a little bit, and his healer's on the other side of the map. He's going to have to be very careful, but damage taken is information given. knowing that there's at least a few members there over on the B site, but the rotations came in. Now we're actually seeing rotations come back around as that jet will make her way over towards the A site as the rest of the Zelos squad is going to be right there in a long to try to make something happen.
They need information of some kind here. They're just peeking around looking for something here. We see Expandable. They know where everybody is. I don't think, from what we've seen, they have any information of their own from the Zelos side, so they're going to invest the res here. They're already down in the card, so Zypho going to find 3, has an opportunity to lay it in and look for a 6K here at this rate.
Making his way onto the site. Ethanol's going to take the 6K out of the hands. Drew will get the trade, but Zypho has a decent angle, and I love the use of the ADS. There was something that was put on the competitive Valorant subreddit about the bullet spray and bullet drift in the first shots from a normal hip fire and the ADS, and the ADS is much more accurate on the first shot. So players are starting to pick that up and use the sights a little bit more than they used to as time will run out on this round. Expandable will go up 4-1 as Lyoko will find that exit frag and take another gun out of the hands of Zelos.
One beautiful information there, Joker. I did not know that. So it goes to show, got to read the literature here, folks. It's not just all visuals and audio. Sometimes you'll find some good stuff buried on the internet or on the Reddit forums. But so again, the commitment level, we're seeing sort of cold feet plans here, and I mean, Patch is starting to hit on all cylinders, but they're letting Zypho play this defense like they're on offense, and they haven't found a way to contain them yet. And until they do, we're going to see these trends continue where they're able to move first, get the information first, and act on it.
Zypho has 10 frags, and we are at the start of round 6. That is one dangerous jet. That is one dangerous agent to be able to continue to frag out like that so early on. Spray comes through into Hookah as every member of Zelos is here on this B site. 3 in Hookah, 2 through long. Zypho throwing out the smoke, gonna pop the ultimate and then decide not to go with it. There's a blast pack in, but immediately gonna get taken down. Now the ultimate's popped here from Zypho, but it might just be too little too late. He really can't do anything. His shift to me is picked up free.
Yes, Zypho, we'll call that a zoning ultimate there from Check-In. Just keep Patch back here, kind of trying to hang out, ruin somebody's day in econ, because that's all you can do at this point. You can't necessarily expect to win the round, but maybe they are. At least they'll take down Lyoko, though. Ethanol going to move up for the headshot, wall bang, and Expandable rolling along 5-1 here.
And it's on the back of Zypho and Shift to me, playing super well in collaboration with Zelos kind of force buying. They're finally gonna stop, and they're finally gonna at least play an eco round. Sheriff's picked up by almost everybody. Half armor picked up by just about everybody as well. So a semi-eco coming out, but they've been continuing to try to force buy, put rifles and SMGs in their hands to try to make something happen. They just couldn't. Quentin will pick up that kill onto Phytech, but Ethanol's going to trade out too and pick himself back up a Phytech. So, early trades, all for naught, thanks to that resurrection.
I love the idea, at least. I like that they played this pistol run really aggressively. They tried something different, going shower instead of the A scenario that we've seen up to this point. And they got at least a little bit more information first, and that's what aggression is going to get you a lot of times. They at least put themselves in a position to do something. And I think they're going to be well served to return to that sort of strategy when they switch to a better buying round here. But Phytech trying to get some information here. It is a 5-on-2 though, so the odds are stacked.
This is a sneaky camera position. I love it. It's very unexpected, and it's very situational. Because it's not easy for Phytech to be able to dive into bathrooms to get that angle. But this is such a good camera angle because he's going to be able to see them come in. He's going to get that spike in. I think he probably should have waited to see if he could find something else. But at least early information coming out, knowing that there's at least one there in bathrooms. Teleport coming in from Lyoko. He's going to try to flash. and does land it. Pat's gonna go down. There's one left. Leoko's gonna pick himself up a triple kill off the information given to him by the Cypher camera. So well played from the team, using that full team information and being able to turn things around in their favor.
Yeah, once they got the information, Leoko goes on the flank coming from the back. You can't move forward because you got Vitek, and who else knows how many other people waiting for you. 5 on 2 stuck in the middle, you know, and just getting caught out here. As we take a look at the scoreboard, Zypho 10 and 3, Shift to Me 8 and 1, Leoko 7 and 2. They're really putting on a clinic so far, and they have an opportunity to extend that lead.
Their economy is looking wonderful. They'll be able to full buy next round without issue. Expandable looking so good right now. Information picks up from Shift to Me with that jump, trying to see if he can find anybody in hookah, and found at least a couple bits of information. At least trying to see if he can see if he found anybody. He found the heads. So there's 2 members in there that he knows. The rest of them are coming around long, and that's going to make this a 5v4 defend. So we still have 1 member over on A.
It's wild how much pressure they're willing to put out there. Like, ammo isn't an item here for Expandable. They're going to shoot through walls. They're going to look to suppress it. Katie Quinn going to open things up here, playing aggressive. They know they have to start putting points on the board. That is 2 kills as they move on the point. Sio's going to find Zypho. And look at this.
That's what we wanted to see from them, and they are going to be able to at least 5v1. They go flawless, finally getting themselves another round on the board. And that's the execution you wanted to see. Paul Zelos had a plan, made a move, and followed through with it, and it won them the round, and they didn't lose a single member.
Yeah, and they waited to get the information. The second they got it, they went. There wasn't that stall of, well, maybe we can get this. No, they went in, they executed super well, and Expandable just wasn't prepared to answer the call there. I think they were playing a little bit loose. It seemed like they weren't. Yeah, they were pretty open, open shots, and they took them, executed really well. So kudos there for Zealous, recognizing, let's put our pedal to the metal here and make things happen. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The rocket came out, but did not find anybody. But Vitek is the only one available here on this site. Trying to see if he can't get back away, but he's trying to go through bathrooms, and Quentin's right there. Picks him up, and that's a site take here. But Ethanol can't land the shots. Shift to Me does. At least trades out for Quentin, but it's still 3v4. Now in 3v3 as Leoko will take down Cade. That might just be enough. No, it's not, as Patch will find Leoko. The spike is planted, trying to defend this site as best as they can, but Zypho is Shift to Me. So the 2 members you don't want to lie with. Patch will find that close range headshot.
Patch finding a rhythm here off a triple kill coming in onto Zypho, and we're seeing here the power that Zealous has. They've gotten to this point for a reason. They're letting us know why. Expandable did,
we're looking very, very good, but Zealous might be one of those kind of streaky teams where they're very, very momentum based, and if they can swing things back around in their favor, that's where they can start to pick up. They're still down 3-6, but as long as they can start to pick up a few of these rounds, we could see them even up this first half, and would be super surprising after losing 6 in a row. Seos is gonna find that trade onto Zypho. The early snipe coming in, being super effective, and he picks up the second onto Ethanol.
Unbelievable. You're taking out the best member, patching on all the cylinders here, and Seos says, hold on, I want a piece of the action too. I can make some pretty good shots as well here. They have a 4-on-3, they have a spike planted, and we're seeing this aggression paying off once again. They're creating better angles, and Expandable know how to answer at this point, and they're gonna have a hard time defusing here as they have a lot of knowledge at their disposal.
That they do. Leoko trying to make something happen. Flash going into the bathrooms, and he is going to be able to use that flash to his advantage to take that Drew. His spike take a shit to me. Pick up the last 2 kills. The spike is being defused. It's Cade left against the world. Shift to Me waiting here, but Cade can't get in. He's going to get taken down through the walls. unfortunate. Things were looking great there for Zealous, but Expandable used that aggression and actually used Lyoko and Ethanol to their advantage to be able to take down, excuse me, Lyoko and Shift to Me to be able to retake the site, take down Zealous, and give themselves an even bigger boost.
And honestly, I would have rather seen Cade save there at the end. I know that's only a minor part of it, but I think that just buries them a little bit in terms of econ and maybe a little bit in their self-esteem there. It's like just take the round. Ooh, and Cade gets taken out immediately to start this one. So not having a great time here in the video game, but Patch gonna pick things up right where they left off. Sets us up for a 4v4 and Hookah, but Patch gonna give them the advantage once again, the best threats.
And that's a huge trait, taking down the opposing healer and then being able to revive your teammate to keep that 5v4 in your favor. Patch, though, he will find the shots on the Phytech. Unfortunately, Phytech had the timing, just couldn't land the shots in time. Was able to get himself around first, couldn't pull the trigger. Shifting has made his way up into heaven, but with those smokes coming down, it's hard for him to find anything. Oh, Zyphel, I want to see what you're going to do here, buddy.
You got to make something happen. Your team's falling apart right below you here. Finds one, going to look for more. Finds Patch, looking for more. Has information, going to find the fourth. Do you have an ace in you, Zyphel? Woohoo! Zyphel popping off.
That is the technical ace. Zyphel picks up 5 with the revive. His teammate will pick up yet another one. Cade with the molly will at least take one down as they try to go onto the spike, but what a play from Zyphel, picking up the unofficial ace. 4 kills there with the ultimate and putting his team on his back to make sure that they can win that round, put themselves up 8-3. And if they could go 9-3 heading into the second half, I think you're feeling really good if you're Expandable.
And I want to highlight one thing that happened there. So that when they rotated to A, they found a pick. Nobody was there for Expandable. Shift to Me had to ult in. Everyone else had to run back. It was a 4-on-1 effectively on point. Zyphel comes in, says, I'm not going to sit back and figure things out. Bounce pointed. I got to make a move. Ults finds 5. So it was a great play. I want to make it, I guess, the distinction. It was a great play by Zealous, but an even better answer from Expandable.
Oh, the snipe. Zyphel can't land the shots, but he's got the information. That Boombot's going to be fairly useless. Scouting out Hookah. Quentin and Cade are just hanging out there, but Zyphel has the angle. Can't land the shot, though. Just a little bit of the head peeking out there. But it's not enough for Zyphel to be able to land the shot. Can't get the jump, but gets it through the wall.
Open up the sky.
They greeted, they got it. I can't believe they actually hit that shot, though. Beautiful wall bang, setting themselves up. They're going to keep suppressing, again, using the ammo to their advantage. Cade's going to find the kill on the Shift to Me, and Lyuko going to answer back very quickly. Training going to continue in a flurry on point here. As Zyphel is just going to lay it into point. Ooh, and Patch answers.
That was an unfortunate timing. Tried to updraft into the site with the Bucky and just had no time through the smoke. So the Yoko's gonna get taken down. Phytech will take down Drew. Spike is planted, but can he land this? No, he cannot in time. Cade makes the last stand here in the first half. His team is down 8-4, but that's gotta feel a little bit better going into the flip as we now rotate things back around. Expandable now on attack, so we'll see how this aggressive lineup works for them. They need 5 more rounds to move on to our best-of-3 grand finals.
Right, and coming into this too, Expandable, like we said, they're going to play defense like they're on offense. Now they have an opportunity to really go where they make their money. Zyphel can play really aggressively here. Phytech can set them up with information, and they can send it as fast as they want. But that being said, it's not like Patch and the rest of Zealous here are, not finding anything. Patch is really starting to hit. We're seeing Quentin and Sios begin to find their rhythm. Cade had a couple good exchanges as well. And if you're in the comms here, this is 100% winnable as Patch and Quentin open things up with a double.
And that is pretty big. You think that the offensive side, Expandable, going to be able to use their aggression, but no, they get their aggression turned around on them. Zealous made their way out there through B long. Now Cade left alone here on the A site, trading out. He's gonna pick up Zyphel. He's down a little bit through the smoke. He's gonna get taken down by Shift2Me, who picks up Drew as well. 2v3, but they've got the angles now. It's a 1v3. Can he land these shots? Gets one, just can't take anybody else down. Round number 5 going over to Zelos.
Got a little bit behind too early there. Expandable just not able to put things together, though. Valiant effort on the back end of it by Phytech at least. Try to land one, thinking maybe I can pull it off. Not quite. And Zealous have to be pretty happy, bring it at least to 8-5. Things were looking pretty dire early on here. As we take a look at the scoreboard there, Zyphel has been just an absolute force, 16 and 8. No assists though, so the overall KDA is less than some others, but that basically says once you're in Zypho's sights, you're not getting out of them.
Yeah, and that's a great way to look at it. If Zyphel finds you, you're dead, basically. 16 and 8, you know, it means that you have that 2-to-1 shot of being able to pick up the trade kill. Ethanol going in very aggressive, finds the Bucky onto Seos. Seos gets taken down. Ethanol now trying to turn things back around, but an early pick at full trade onto Lyoko. But hey, that's the aggressiveness that we were talking about.
Yeah, they all just press shift and just jumped right in there, able to land a couple, but they still don't have the advantage here. Answering back really well, though, able to take that ethanol there in the next exchange. We're seeing a rotation here from Quentin, gonna back up a little bit, and now they're kind of stuck in no man's land in hookah. I mean, walls are up, smoke's up. Can they do anything with it? But Zyphel finds a headshot regardless and can look forward to move for more.
Yeah, and I actually like this play. They keep Zyphel here to keep them entertained, to keep the rest of Zelos thinking that they're going to go for this B site while his teammates take the spike and slowly move over towards A. Now, they've got to be careful. They get caught by... Oh, this is a beautiful double back. So they rotate over, get caught by the tripwire. They send one through the teleporter. Drew is going to find Shift2Me, though. And now it's a scramble rotation. Do they stay there? Do they rotate back over? This is where Bind can get a little bit sticky because of these teleporters.
Yeah, Zyphel basically feeling that, you know, you feel like a ghost walk by. You can feel the shudder on your shoulder there, recognizing we got to rotate. But Quentin's sitting there waiting, knew this was coming the whole time. And regardless of what happens here, time is run out for them to plant. And Quentin with the play to save it all at the end. And once again, Zelos taking a round.
Just unfortunate, and Drew will end up falling. Interesting. Fell to the grenade, I believe. But that was something that Expandable. I applaud the idea. It just did not happen fast enough.
This is a nice spot.
They were really caught in a bad position trying to rotate around, and it just took way too much time.
Sorry about that. We were just resyncing there, you know, fun of online commentating. We were like, oh, we hear sound, but we don't see anything. But now we do. We see what you see again. So we are back and better than ever. And Lyoko didn't see that coming. That's for sure. Drew going to take him out. Zyphel and Cade going to pick up the next couple of kills in the exchange. And once again, this aggression paying off.
Yeah, and this is actually now starting to be a struggle for Expandable. They're playing from behind, and it's just like they're having issues trying to take any kind of advantages. They're playing aggressive, but they're not playing a team aggressive. They're starting to look like 5 individuals instead of a team of 5 playing together. They're kind of moving in one by one, and just not landing their shots in time. Phytech is all alone here, slowed out. He is going to be able to find Patch. That wall keeps him alive for the moment.
Cage triggered.
Got to see if he can either get the spike planted or get the kills.
Ooh, gets caught out by Quentin there. And I think that's well said there, Joker. I mean, the team right now, yeah, they're playing as 5 people. We like in Overwatch land, we like to call that they're forming the Congo line back to the point. No one's regrouping, no one's moving as a unit. They're just going in one by one. It's just difficult enough for them not to execute, and just easy enough for the other team to pick them off and not have any substantial mismatches. I think at this point, you need to remember what you were doing early on. Think back to those first 3 rounds. where you had information and then you went as a team with a focus around somebody, versus now they're looking for mechanical one-on-ones with not a whole lot of information.
This is gonna be interesting. The aggression coming in from Zelos through bathrooms. Zyphel waited it out as Cade will find Shift to Me, and Drew finds Zyphel there in bathrooms. So they've got the information. Now they're trying to use it, but they're gonna get caught in this pincer coming from bathrooms and coming from defender spawn. They do get the spike planted, but it's not gonna be an easy defense or an easy angle to try to hold for anybody. Drew finds Ethanol there, and this is going to be a rough round here. The spike is going to get defused too.
Yeah, we're seeing here, when you have a team that wants to take things on the offensive, the second you don't have a numbers advantage, the second you lose some information, frankly, the second you fall behind, not a whole lot you can do. You start playing out of your comfort zone, and we're seeing a lot of that here.
And it seems like if Zyphel and or Lyoko and Shift to Me fall, if one of those three fall, it just seems like Expandable don't really know what to do. And that's not great, because Phytech and Ethanol, while they're playing commendably and they're doing their best, it's still they're still falling behind their counterparts. On the side of Zelos. Zelos is really starting to come together as a team of 5, whereas Expandable, you've got one star member and a couple of big supporting members, but it's not a full stack of 5. Zyphel though has the ultimate available, ready for these knives, but gotta try to get this wall down first.
Yeah, Zyphel has to start to put things together and enable their team a little bit better, but Seo's gonna find the kill, and that is not how you want to start off around here. You're already behind and put yourself in the pit early here. Seo's gonna get chunked out just a little bit. We'll probably see a rotation heal here in just a second, but Ethanol gonna have to looking at the teleporter and trying to figure out, do I stay here or do we try to rotate, as the game is now even out at 8-8.
Spike is over in Hookah. Shift to Me will find Quentin to try to even things out. So now trying to get this pincer move onto the B site. They don't see behind the box there in Wallace. Seos will find Phytech. Patch is gonna get slowed down. This is kind of big. Although Patch is gonna hit some major shots back and forth, finds 3 and secures the round, and finally puts Zelos up since round number 1.
Yeah, Patch gets slowed down and said, okay, you just made it a little bit easier for me to move and aim. I'll take that. I'll take that easy boost here. Able to get to the 20 kill mark already as we enter round 18 here, excuse me. I almost said 17, but we're round 18. Yeah, and the problem here now is they're just like, I mean, we've seen 6 rounds in a row here. 6 rounds in a row and go in favor of Zelos. And Expandable just need to get the monkey off their back at this point. Like, now you're entering a desperation point of, oh my god, we just have to do something. And they have to just win a mechanical one-on-one or something, get them popped off, get the momentum back. And Ethanol going to try to do something nice. Headshot on the Quentin.
It's a good open to at least try to stabilize here for Expandable. It's a term that I've used a lot in the past, but haven't really had the opportunity to today. But finally, Expandable can try to stabilize themselves and keep that even footing and make sure that they don't fall too far behind. Continue to use aggression, but you need to use aggression with information. They did that well on defense, but now they're struggling to get that information. Ethanol finds Patch, and that's a great opener there, as that A mid is wide open, but they decide not to use it. They might actually rotate over towards the B site. But Seos finds Phytech, though. That could stop that A site take. Whoa.
Ooh. Lyoko,
oh!
Danger's going to walk right through it and find Seos. I was like, oh my god, he's going to walk into a trap. Doesn't. Going to find the kill here. Has an idea that there's somebody coming from spawn. We'll see how this duel is able to go. Has an opportunity here to land it. Can't do it. Drew's going to knock him out. And that puts a 2-on-2, but bomb is planted. They have to make a move on it.
Operator picked up by Drew as well to try to see if he can't land those any ones taps or one shots. He switches over to the Vandal, probably feels more comfortable.
They're on the bomb.
They are on. He is on the bomb, but he's only at 21 HP. You can't really defuse at this point. As Eiffel will pick him up, and there's one left. Ship to me will pick that round up, and finally, Expandable right the ship, and they're able to get themselves back, win a round on the attacking side. They'll go 9-9, but that is what Expandable needed. Use the information that's given to you and play aggressive around that. I have to point out that Lyoko, looking down, avoided the blind.
What a
Seos.
big brain play.
That is the 500 IQ play, because Seos is not going to expect you to push in off of that blind. He's expecting you to try to shoot down the blind, and that gives him the opening. You push through it, and you go beyond the blind, gives yourself that easy shot, the 500 IQ play. But Seos, he's not happy with that. Snipes out Ethanol there on Fountain.
They can finally take a breath of relief. They can finally go, we're not going to just lose out here. They get around, and they're able to even things out. For those of you that also enjoy watching like Twitch Rivals chess, it's always asked, is it better to play offensively or defensively? The answer is always offensively, but you got to know what you're doing. And we're seeing that calculated aggression there, looking down, moving in. They had some information on some early picks. And Expandable able to take around. But how can they add to it? Zypho's got an idea, finding Drew.
Kill, and the sounded like the Rolling Thunder was used. Lyoko gets taken down by Seos, so it's another trade as Patch finds Ship to me. This is going to be a struggle for Expandable. That's what happens. They lose one of those top 3 members, and everything just seems to fall apart. Zyphel is on the A site with the operator, but he's got to be very careful because he's going to get pincered out here.
One death.
Yeah, Zyphel lands the kill, but turns and gets whacked subsequently there. So now that's just up a 3-on-1 here. Quentin gonna find 5 seconds. They're just gonna be able to defuse for free there, get into the double digits, and now is the moment where every little play like that matters so much.
Trade over, make sure that you get the right amount of ult points to each member. As Quentin is already full, has his ult available, gets that last point over to Reyna. And now, yeah, we look at the ult economy here. 4 ultimates ready. The only one not on the side of Zelos is the Neural Theft from Drew. Doesn't really need it at this point. Meanwhile, on the side of Expandable, you've got the Teleport ready and a Revive and a Neural Theft. That's not a lot to be used on this offensive side. Expandable are going to have to be very, very careful if they want to win this one. They're going to be most likely losing this round and going down 11-9.
That's surely how it would seem, and at this point, they need to start winning those one-on-ones that they found favorable early on. That little bit of information and turning into a big game, but Cade's going to find 2 for 1. Not how you need to start this here. They have an opportunity to turn things around. Again, we saw the ultimates available. Drew going to say, nah, not so fast.
Once again, Expandable just seeming to fall apart at the seams. I like this rotation. They're going to make their way slowly around over towards the B site. But it looks like the counter rotations are going to come back in on the side of Zelos. Keeping 2v2 on either site is going to be advantageous for Zelos. Even if they trade 1 for 1 or a 2 for 1, that still gives them the opportunity to rotate back around from the other side and even the odds. The utility usage coming in to fake the site A site take is kind of nice, forcing out a little bit more of utility usage, but making it feel like they're going for A when in reality they are making their way over towards B with about 30 seconds left.
And the time is as much a factor as anything else at this point, and that's certainly not going to make it easier. Ethanol going to have to take a 1v3 with 20 seconds to go here. Seos obviously coming up, nose bombs being planted, pulls out the shorty, puts him down. He's going to go up 11-9 and just about ready to put them to match point.
And that's so scary. Yes, the spike did get planted, so at least that's a few more credits in the pocket of Expandable, but they, after having such a great first half, they are falling apart. It just looks like their aggression is starting to catch up to them, and they're just not able to handle it. Or Zelos has just been able to catch them out and be able to say, hey, you know, we know you're going to play aggressive. We can hold these different angles make things harder for you to try to do anything.
They found a great way to answer it because there's a point where aggressiveness turns into recklessness. And we've seen them teeter that line a bunch, but the credit goes to Zealous, like you said, recognizing, well, if you're going to do this, we're going to answer back. We're not going to let you have your way and control the map the way you want to. And they found a way to do it themselves. But Zealous here, we're seeing eyeing up Cypher, wondering if they'll get the shot. And we hear a lot of exchanging early on.
I like that phrase. The aggression turns to recklessness, and that's what it's been for Expandable. I think they realize that they're behind, they're falling behind, and they're trying to be too aggressive. Now, I will say Zypha lays a great shot onto Seos, and that is much needed. Take the operator out of the hands of Zelos and try to open up this site. But you cannot get too reckless on your aggression, and that was almost too reckless.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be able to make his way around with the ultimate. Lyoko finds one. Gwen will use the showstopper to take down Lyoko, but some just back and forth. But the teleport over to the A side, that was beautiful. Lost in the crossfire was shipped to me. Use the teleport over to A to plant the bomb while everybody's on the B site. Now they have a decent angle to hold and wait, but that early kill is not going to be great. The Shiftsman will trade it out, so it's just Quentin. Try to see if he can't take this down, and he's not gonna go for it. He's gonna try to save up, grab that operator. But there we go. Aggression, borderline on recklessness, but they use their information, and they're gonna be able to take their 10th round.
Very uncharacteristic miss by Zypher there. I mean, from what we saw, that looked like they had the advantage first. Kind of just whiffs the knife, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Shifting makes a beautiful play off the aggressiveness, able to rotate and bring things to 11 to 10 here. And I would say this seems like a good point to remind everyone watching here, Joker. How's overtime work with this?
So overtime here, we are not doing the best or the win by 2. We are doing sudden death. So if we do get to round 25, it's winner take all. It's win or go home. So for both teams, they want to avoid that volatile 25th round. They want to try to win this here in regular time. It's just a matter of, are they going to be able to do it? Because if Zelos win this round, Expandable will have to go to overtime to try to win this. If Expandable win this, it's still in the ballpark of winning in the regular time for both teams.
Zypher here trying to look for some information. Again, they had some good steps there last time from Hookah and able to jump right in and execute with the ultimate. But to this point, they haven't gotten any information over that wall yet. Content to play it slow, see how things go. We see Cypher rotating. I believe that would be Phytech rotating on the A side. Going to try to look for some information, but nothing quite yet.
Utility being used when caught in the boxes. Very low health as well, so it has to be careful. And now it's the decision of, do they continue to try to push it onto this B site, or do they go back over towards A? The spike was picked up, and the rotations are coming back over with about 30 seconds left. Although Quen's going to start to find some shots that may make it so that they feel like they have this B site under control, but there's only one member on A. Ethanol, no!
Ethanol, no, look!
And then double K picks up Zypher as well, and things just start to fall apart.
Like Ethanol doing the lazy, nobody there, and just keeps walking. No, fully looked that through, didn't actually check the corner to check the curb, and not able to see the kill. Walking, dead man walking as soon as the camera panned away, and putting this one at match point on the back of Patch, really getting things together. But the rest of team, as we have seen throughout, really able to bring things up, and they have an opportunity to end it here.
And this would be quite something for Zelos. You see that scoreline. They were down 6-1 in the first half after 7 rounds, clawed their way back to an 8-4, and then started their hot streak here on defense. Expandable have tried to come back. They've been trying to land their shots and make these plays happen. It's so much harder to get the set plays going on offense than defense. Because defense, you're reacting. for the most part, unless you're playing that aggressive defense that Expandable was doing in the first half and kind of making your own set plays. But now you have to answer, and now you have to figure out what this other team is doing, and it just doesn't look like Expandable knows just yet.
Really interesting here how much space that Zealous is willing to give up. They've given a lot of really creative, interesting angles to Expandable to work with. I'm not going to say it's too conservative just yet because there's no kills landed yet, so we'll see how they execute on it ultimately. Oh, and Quentin finds that kill on the Zypho again. Didn't look through the corner totally. Phytech picks up a kill in exchange, but they're able to plant the spikes here, Joker, and they have an opportunity to at least keep themselves alive.
They have that chance, but they're not able to really hold this site very well. They back off quite a bit. It's actually an interesting try of a defense to back off and make the defenders come to you. Rolling Thunder comes out, pushing him off, but Quentin finds two. Finally gets taken up by Lyoko, but I don't know if they're going to be able to defend this. The spike is being defused. Lyoko finds three, though. Taken down by Seos, and it's shipped to me. 1-on-2. He gets sniped out.
Is that enough? Can they do it?
Through, and they get it. 1.5 seconds left on the clock as Zelos defuse. They take this match 13-10 against Expandable, and they'll move on to our best-of-3 finals.
What a finish there. Zealous really just able to grab that from the jaws feet early on. It just looked so trying. They were struggling. They found a hot streak. They put Expandable on their heels there. And at the end, that was a beautiful finish. Able to land the kills when they needed the most. Find the defusal with literally no time to spare. Basically 1.5 seconds. Able to move on here.
What a play. Zyfel trying his best. He tried to put his team on his back there, as you saw in the KDA. Just wasn't enough. The Doctor is now joining us here to help break down this first semifinal matchup. And what a match. 13-10 for Zelos. Expandable got on that hot streak early in the first half, but Zelos answered it with a streak of their own. And was it just down to, the teams executing their plans properly, or were things just falling apart for the other team?
Zelos really seems to be a squad that kind of struggles with low econ. They do take a little bit of time to get going. They've now twice gone down very early on in the match, only to then start kicking things back up once they are able to start getting full kits and full utility and start getting some rounds going. And then in the second half we see them start off strong. They win the pistol, they start with a good economy, and they just never let up. So I think that as long as they can keep weapons in their hands and actually hit their shots, then they have a good shot here. However, now they're finding themselves up against Bully Hunters, I believe. Let me update the bracket here.
I believe it's Bully Hunters and Trade Like Pros Red are on the other half of the bracket. That match
so we don't have a winner yet.
Going on.
If they do end up going up against Bully Hunters, I do see that being very troublesome for the Zelos squad, because Bully Hunters is just so lights out aggressive that you almost never get the opportunity to build up that economy. But I mean, this match here between Expandable and Zelos, that was so tight. I mean, Expandable early on in the match, super duper strong. Jet going, balls to the wall, just hitting all the shots, all the utility, almost single-handedly choking out a lot of rounds. And, unfortunately, they just didn't have that bankroll at the end there to keep, the pressure up.
So, Paul, was this down to not playing the econ properly, as in not sacrificing a round with an econ to try to come back with the full rifles, or is it just they kept, was it something else? They kept just trying to buy and it didn't work out?
I think a combination of the two, and I think a lot of the credit ultimately is to just Zelos recognizing that they weren't going to win a super fast-paced match. They might not even win a match that's totally devoted to mechanics. They probably could, but they weren't going to take that risk. They said, we're just going to let them play into us. We'll let Expandable make these first moves that they want. We're not going to be where they expect us to be. And when that second move, when it's time to make it, we're going to make the smarter one.
All right. Good stuff and good things to keep an eye out here for Zelos. They move on to the best of 3 grand finals. They'll take on the winner of Bully Hunters and Trade Like Pros Red. we're going to go into a break while we wait for that final semifinal matchup to finish up so we can see who will join Zelos in the grand finals. But before we do, again, we want to let you guys know next week's Pit of Valor signups are still open and ready to go. If you want a chance at this $50 prize pool, jump in, go sign up on the GLG Battle Fight. It is absolutely free. Thursday, we will have a Radiant Arena tournament, $10 team entry, and a $200 prize pool. That is a lot of money for the winning team for only $10. Sign up on the website, and we do have our memberships available on the website, and you get a 10% discount off of future entry fee events. Don't go anywhere. You're going to want to see who will join Zelos in the best of 3 grand finals. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the finals of the Pit of Valor.
I don't know if you know this, but in Grey's Anatomy, which is obviously real medical facts, I think that one of them takes up knitting to work on their ambidextritis. So you have been on stream multiple times for a couple of reasons. One is that face. 2 is that brain. And 3 is you are our director of performance.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And 4 is this tennis ball, hand-eye coordination, right? So typically seen and heard of in sports, right? So esports, same exact thing, right? The only difference is that in esports, you're using your hands a lot more, right? You're using your hands in fine motor control as opposed to like catching a ball overhead or kicking a ball with your foot. You're still doing the visual tracking that you do with those ball sports with your computer, with your controller, with your screen, right?
Yep.
And, you know, there's actually several studies, right? You know, this doc that point to surgeons, doctors, other people who perform fine motor tasks being better at their job because they play video games.
Yeah,
right?
and also, I don't know if you know this, but in Grey's Anatomy, which is obviously real medical facts, I think that one of them takes up knitting to work on their ambidextritis.
Monstrosity, whatever. Ambidextrosity, I think is the technical word in Webster's dictionary, but you know.
Cool. So should I take up knitting or should I keep listening?
I mean, to be honest, knitting's only going to get you so far because it's not as specific. It's not sport specific. Even if you don't have a tennis ball, if you don't play tennis, maybe your dog has a tennis ball, or you can just roam a park nearby and find a tennis ball, honestly.
Yeah.
So they're not that hard to come by, right? So the easiest thing to do with the ball, and the first thing I want you guys to do is if anybody has a tennis ball near them right now, go ahead and grab it. But if not, just grab your pen, grab something that you can throw up in the air. Okay, just don't stab your eye out with the pen. Okay, you promise.
I found this!
What is it?
It's weaponized Morty.
Oh, that's great. That's totally fine. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to take the tennis ball, and the first thing you're going to do is just throw it up in the air and catch it. Make sure you can catch it and not stab your eye out, okay? So throw it up in the air and catch it. Simple. Dominant hand, right? Super easy.
Yeah, I did it.
Now what I want you to do, I want you to throw it up in the air, but I want you to track the ball the whole time. So keep your eyes on the ball the whole time, okay? So you can move your head, that's fine. So watch the ball, put it on. A little trippy, right? But totally fine.
I got it.
Easy, okay. Then we do the same thing, but don't move your head. So just track it with your eyes, okay? So as it gets easier, throw it higher. Throw it further, right?
Morty! Alright, so I've thrown weaponized Morty up and down multiple times, and am I going to be better at video games now?
Well, how was that? Was it easy for you?
No, because he's misshapen and pointy. And my favorite part about this, and I know like I make a lot of jokes and I get distracted very easily. The reason I like this is because everyone has a tennis ball. It's not expensive.
Yeah.
And it's accessible. So the thing about gaming is, hey, do you want to buy a $100 mouse and a $250 keyboard or a fancy Xbox One Elite controller? Then you're gonna be better at gaming, right?
Yeah.
But so that it's inaccessible to people who don't have money or don't want to spend that much money on gaming. But these are ways that you can get better at gaming without spending any money. Right? Don't try this at home without consulting a medical doctor.
Is coming out on top, definitely. They're gonna shift over to A though.
Why
Hold
are
on a second.
they?
What is going on?
He killed the
Hold on.
lift so they rotate.
They still have the bombs down. They're putting it down now, but Kobe's is there to take him down. Actually, Dash W swipes the kill. Get down, but still the bomb is so far away. Iman getting one on to Steamy Rice Pot. Dash W there, just absolutely sharing the kills. They're absolutely walled out in this bathrooms as well.
Steamy Rice Pod taking away the operator. And now we just need to see a bit of a defensive hold come through. Defunct's gonna push through the smoke though, able to get one. Steamy Rice Pot getting some fire under the coals though. They are able to get the kill onto Kobe's. The spike is now going down, but Unforgettable with the operator cannot miss a shot. Although 2 ops on a retake is not good. You are definitely going to be struggling right now.
Oh, just like that.
Popping off with the 2 kills there. Only 1 member left in this 1v2. It's all on Iman. Can he steal away the bending powers right now? He does take Mr. Rice Masters. Just the 1-on-1 spike ticking down. Xerox has the smoke available. Now knows where he is. Iman can see everything.
Oh! What a shot to take him down. Right now, that's fine underneath, but here comes Dash W with another great shot on the durable rice bowl, and the nade gonna be dealing a bit of damage as well.
Denying some pushing opportunity. Xerox, though, is not deterred. Does have full knowledge where Dash is now. Dash has to hit the shot. Catches him with an ability out.
Oh, my.
Another trade from Kobe's. 1 left alive. They know exactly where he is. The molly's onto the spike. He's gonna save his buddy Kobe. And 8-1 the scoreline now in 8.
Planted a very quick and strong push out of Utopia.
We do see the frenzy tearing through Skinny Eyes with that stolen ghost getting a headshot penetration kill. Now with the recon bolt not getting instantly destroyed, they do get a little bit of information. Defunct able to pick up Creamy Soda. This spike is still ticking though. Unforgettable and Skinny Eyes gonna trade the triple kill coming up for Defunct, able to not do enough to secure the round.
Still in Lamp looking to stop it, but Nemo's gonna find him first. Kobe's on the flank, will find Skinny Eyes. Now it's up to Dash, but will get traded out by Ninja with his operator. Comes through into the Hellfire, gonna get taken low, not able to find any kills. Jahan does.
Oh, spike's down!
Found Skinny Eyes during the plant. The spike's not planted. And they pick up that one. Use of the abilities there coming in clutch. Defunct finds a headshot, find a kill, but able to do some damage. Defunct dropping some more spokes. The Raze ultimate comes out, but not gonna find anyone. Unforgettable finds the first one onto Creamy Soda. Now the retake is in progress. Skinny Eyes, though, trying to stop it in its tracks.
The Omen there turns the corner and gets 2 onto Iman and Unforgettable. And Skinny Eyes staying alive, being able to get that triple kill is out. Can Iman get the kill? He does. So now the spike is still ticking. Here comes the neural theft from Kobe's. They know exactly where the attacking team is. Here comes the orbital strike. Gonna deny them from trying to get at this defuse as well. So now Skinny Eyes has to somehow push through multiple members, but gets caught with his curveball out, and is gonna go down to Kobe's triple kill. Really good post-plant position so far, though. 1 for 1, Nemo and Forgettable getting kills. 4 members now on the spike side. Unforgettable's looking the wrong way, does get full paranoid. Defunct gets 1 with that Guardian. 3v1 though, that should be a defuse finally coming out.
Nice. And now Iman picking off Nemo. Flyers down, but Ninja was the judge. Dash now in a hard situation as everyone's rushing forward. Still has 1 more. Gonna find that. Ninja finds the 3rd for themselves. Creamy Soda making a name for themselves in these rounds. So Unforgettable. Here, run away from stun. Will get it, but gonna get flashed up. Rounds the corner. Creamy Soda for a 3-piece. Gonna clutch that round up. More than enough time to defuse the spike. Oh, Ninja takes down Defunct with the operator. Now it's Dash's turn to try and shut that down. Let's get him. Skinny Eyes found one in the back. Now it's a 1v2 Dash. Can you make it happen? Finds the 2nd. Looking for the 3rd. Has.
What are you doing?
No, stop throwing the grenade. Pull your gun out. Skinny Eyes with 3 over the. Never mind, that grenade was like 7 bajillion IQ. Well, very ballsy play, but checks himself. Gonna back up. 20 seconds left in the round, though, so it's gonna get real spicy real fast. The smokes go down onto B. 13 seconds left. They're gonna have to make a push fast. Kobe finds the entry kill. Nemo dodging bullets through the smoke will get raised up on the wall. Finds Defunct.
Range to get it done. Jahan Solo has to win this 1v4.
Tries to res up Creamy Soda, but gonna get taken down by Iman. Iman for a 4-piece. And there you have it, folks. Rambo's Babies was a comeback for sure, but then holding it down. What a match. A 3v5 now. The Jet on very low HP, looking to get healed up. Raise main. Pushing forward, Cake here on the defense of the Tripwire. Sees one beautiful headshot there from Cake and Daddy Tiger in the middle of the map, evening it out. Over towards the A side, a lot more action going up. Prodigy finds 2, but Flow with a beautiful flank finds 2 for themselves. Trying not to die and also doing a Hellfire on a bit of a flank with the Judge. Finds 1, looking for the second, will tag up that target. Moving around Flow. Oh. Okay, never mind, gonna get quick scoped in the face. Like this is Modern Warfare 2.
So they are well aware of where Flow's hanging out, but he's still alive on the site. They kind of forgot about him.
Okay.
Two. So 2-on-2 actually. Did you have to wall?
I think he tagged him in like the kneecap with that shot through the wall. Now waiting for the flank from the Rays, gonna find it. Back to Tiger. Good call, but not quite able to make it happen. Cake stuck in that back corner there. Not much you can do in a situation like that.
Defending side.
Yeah.
There's choice here. That's an Odin on round
Okay.
2. How do you physically afford an Odin on round 2? What?
Maybe no armor, no ability.
Not true. Doesn't find anybody just yet. Flow looking the wrong way. Doesn't hit the shot. There it is. That's big. They do end up going down 1 though. Hootie picks up a second as well. Cake and Flow trading kills right there. Raze main picking up Alpha Prodigy. So now Flow, the only one left on the flank. That is going to do it. 13-2.
On me situation. You let something like that rotate come through again, that's kind of on your fault as a defender.
Ooh, a nice nade, getting some damage off, but look at this push! Kobe's in dash W, absolutely shredding through the team. Little Smudge trying to recover as much as he can, but Iman gets a yet another. Smudge gets 2 thus far. This round absolutely exploded.
Smudging through, assumed that at least more than one gonna throw that grenade that could do a lot of damage. The Jet's gonna jump up already, half HP, dives down, but Dash finds that one, but gets turned by Hunto. Hunto finds 3, looking for more, not able to, as Kobe's and team finally rounding that corner with Age. Not too much more information gonna get gathered. Unforgettable finds yet another trying to jump through the window. Sandman, a little unlucky with the timing there. Now it's 5.
Straight through, does get caught off by the trapwire, and what a beautiful shot from Kobe's, following it up with another Aang, trading him out finally, but Dash W is coming from behind, taking down Aang and Unforgettable, finishing it out. Relatively clean round for the defenders.
Out of here, we gotta pick. Move it on towards the defenders. See that coming. Defunct's gonna find 1 with the operator, gonna find 2! Switches to the pistol, looking to find more through the smoke. Sees 1, not able to finish it off. Ducking in and out of the smoke. Kobe finds 2. Unforgettable is gonna finish that one off. 4-2. Very quickly, there it is. Unforgettable. Right into Aang's face. Hunto does find 1 in trade. 2v1 now. Unforgettable might have to scrap this fight. Look for the pick. Does find Hunto. Maybe looking for the second now. Sage versus Sage. Gonna let on point with them so far today. Sees the Omen, not gonna hit that one. So Little Smudge is gonna pick one up. But Aang with a collateral. Holy moly. Very lethal. Jet just barely staying out of view because of the wall. Gonna re-peek it though. As soon as the wall drops by Aang, you're not gonna save the world this time. Unforgettable drops down, almost finds effect. Moving into the 11th now. Unforgettable was this operator. Very aggressive push, finds Aang, almost finds another collateral there, but gonna back up.
Combat Stim is down, looking for these easy kills, trying to retake the site. Defunk with a great shot on a little smudge. Now trying to retake here, get another. FX does get him down. Hanto with another. Now it's all up to Dash W and company to retake the site 3v2. Peeks out, has the showstopper, but 180. Not able to get that, but Unforgettable does get him with their shorty.
Adam coming through a short, gonna pop the Reina with an explosion, but Hunto turns on him. Defunk finds one in the trade. It's Iman trying to join in on the fun, finds two. Kills going across the board. The site is wiped out.
Guaranteed round. Kobe's finishing.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pit of Valor Grand Finals. We do have Zelos versus Bully Hunters here in our best of three opportunity. I am the Doctor, being joined once again by Terrain on the desk, and we do have our map picks. Terrain, it is going to be Ascent, then Haven, and if needed, we are going to be heading all the way back to Bind, everybody's favorite map.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it finally cast an Ascent game, because every other tournament that has had the option to have Ascent, nobody has wanted to play Ascent. So this is going to be a first for the tournaments I've at least casted for GLG. Finally getting to play this new map.
And it was chosen too, right? Like, it wasn't like it went to randomizer and that's what was spat out. No, I mean, Bully Hunters did decide to choose this map, so that leads me to believe they have some practice here. They know some smoke, some, you know, takes and retakes and things like that that they have planned. We do have Zelos defending first though, and if the history of the Pit of Valor is anything to lean on, defender sides do pretty good because they build up that, you know, confidence early. They don't they hopefully don't get smashed too hard on defense, and they can take that confidence into the attacking side.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to finally seeing Bully Hunters again. In my first cast of Pit of Valor, they were just short of winning the tournament, I believe. They made it to the finals, and it was a close series, but they lost in, I believe, game 3. But last week, I heard that they won. So
That
it's going to be,
indeed.
yeah, it's looking forward to seeing our returning champions, see if they can pull out a win versus a relatively new team in Zelos.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Bully Hunters' third time here in a row in the Pit of Valor Grand Finals. Like you said, they do currently hold the crown. It is up to Zelos to try and take that away from them. Um, but for now, we are in our agent selection phase. We will see what comes out, and I am curious what the Zelos players are going to pick into. Most likely, Sios, actually, who's already played 2 agents tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Suos play again. Finally being able to say his name correctly for an entire game is it's the comeback story of a lifetime. Looking forward to it. And also,
choose your agent.
a brilliant thing that I'm very happy about is that this tournament and this best of 3 doesn't have a losers bracket. So we're actually going to have a best of 3 series. I believe every single finals of a Valorant tournament I have casted has been with a losers bracket, with the 1-win advantage going over to winners if they had already won a best of 1 to the previous team. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these teams play out in the long run and play out for all 3 games, and especially seeing someone different take on Bully Hunters. Remember casting Boom, I believe it was Boom's ace last time, about 2 weeks ago. These players are faintly familiar for me.
Yeah, Boom actually on the Jet this time, which is pretty interesting to me. We've seen him on the Brimstone in the past, earlier today even, really wrecking people with the operator there as Vince. Oh no.
Hmm.
That is a lobby setting. As we head back to us, bit of a mix up in the lobby. The players having access to be able to turn on the Ghost, which is more than just a pistol. It is the Riot Games cheat mode, basically, that lets you phase through things, fly around the map, and do stuff like that. So you hear the sound in the headphones. It does look like we're going to be heading back into it shortly. But yeah, I mean, that would have been interesting if they just, all of a sudden see Cade go through the walls and headshotting people from the sky.
We do have a type of Killjoy in the game, a Killjoy of having a wrong setting, so we don't get the cast yet. Spills the joy.
But like I said, I imagine we will get back in shortly. We do have the agents already selected. We already know our map. We just need to swap that setting over and get the players back into the lobby. It happens. There are worse things to have. They could have been kept a secret until the last round and a half, and then all of a sudden, like I said, Cade's flying through the wall, headshotting everybody and taking it for the team. But no, I mean it. If we get the same agents, like I imagine we are, because I'm looking at the stream right now. I do think it's very curious because there's a lot of differences than what we normally have. We're seeing Reynas and Jets on players that don't typically play these characters. We saw a couple omens. Just Sova was there as well. So really kind of smattering of agents available.
A smattering, and I'm looking forward to actually seeing Boom on the jet. We briefly talked about it right before we had to reset the lobby, but last week, or rather 2 weeks ago, Boom was set to the Omen the entire time, and he actually did not really do all that much in the series. Miraculously. Then he, I believe in the second series, he ended up being one of the top fraggers for his team, so looking forward to seeing the Jet. Definitely a playmaker character, if there was one. With all the mobility she offers, resets on her ulti, and just so forth with just all the mobility tools. I love to see Jets being played. She wasn't really a competitive meta pick early on, according to a lot of people, but it's great to see her really take form as more of an opper, repositioner, getting into weird angles to shoot her from, and making sure she can take over these rounds.
Yeah,
She is actually going to be pushier from Vince.
Oh man, great timing on the paranoia though. Cade able to take out Vince. The Fury is also down on the floor as well. Location revealed, just super damage coming out through from Seos. Going to be able to take down the triple kill. Cade finds Boom on the wrong end of the ghost. Quinton's still available too. Finds Boom. They know exactly where he is. It's a 1-on-4. And Seos with the quadra kill is going to close out the round.
Yeah, 4 kills for himself, definitely picking up some good shots in that round and going to be looking very healthy in his own money. His team, though, still needs to rack up a little bit more money before their economy really starts to shoot up and look insurmountable compared to that of Bully Hunters. So it is likely to go their way this round, and they are going to do kind of a half buy, get a good amount of weapons, a couple Spectres in here, an Ares, and a Marshall for some poking out. It's going to be hard for Bully Hunters to really answer, so longer range and faster rate of fire weapons that can win these fights super easy, especially with Suos pulling out shots like that one.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about previously how effective Suos can be when they have the economy leads. Bloom's just going up and over the wall there to take out Patch. But right now, Zelos does have this economy lead. Can they keep it, though, is the big question. And it's kind of looking like they are. Cade's already taken 2. Quinton's taken 1. And it's once again a 1-on-4. Cade with the triple. And their economy is in pretty good shape.
Pretty good shape indeed. Only losing 1 member, I believe. It was a light buy from that member in that round. I believe she was... I think she was the one that got the ghost in that previous round. So this is actually going to work out really well here from Zelos. Able to get that nice start. 2 rounds up this early, and they're finally going to be answered with the purchases here from Bully Hunters. They do have an op. They have 3 Phantoms and a Vandal. Plenty of artillery to send out in this round. But again, Zelos has looked pretty strong, and they have had an advantage in that last round, but now we can finally start this game, to see this game take a little bit more shape, be a little bit closer with some of the big firepower both these teams can now purchase.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of cat and mouse game to see where do the defenders actually upgrade their rifles on the third round, or do they try and squeak out another win with, you know, submachine guns and LMGs, or do they pick up, you know, these phantoms and things? We do see Cade still on the Spectre, burned out a little bit by the hot hands there.
Burned down a little bit. He still has a decent amount of health, I believe, just enough to tank a phantom headshot. Not sure quite about that though. Bully Hunter's looking to push in either through mid or a tree. So we're just going to play a little bit slow right now. Make sure they have the information. So now both these teams can really find really quick kills, really quick picks, and you don't want to walk out position and just get one-tapped by a Vandal or one-tapped by the operator that has been purchased in this round. This is going to be the play on B.
The door. We do see the execution happen. Quinton on the flank with this area is going to get one before taken out by Vince, who does not have any utility left. Still needs one more kill in order to get hot hands once again. The spike will go down for Bully Hunters though.
Spike is down, and they have the angles. They have the vision as well now. So that recon dart is going to reveal to both the members. Patch finding the kill onto Vince. And that's the flank down. Aldrone going to be picked off through the smoke. It's down to this 2v2. Both members back of sight in the boathouse. The members of Zelos have to find the proper peaks, and that's going to be the kills. Both of them going down immediately in the third round. Going over to Zelos after what seemed to be a very good sight take from Bully Hunters.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for Boom. Had both the operator and the ultimate available. Unfortunately misses the op shot and then ends up going down to Cypher there, even with the ultimate available. Was spammed right through the wall. These corners in this game are made of quite literally paper mache. I think you'd get more resistance from some brawny paper towels. So it's just really tough to see, you know, trying to hide in a corner like that.
And with that loss, Bully Hunters is going to be forced back onto a pretty weak economy. All members sitting between $2,200 and $3,400. So they are going to be looking to play this round with a low buy, just some pistols. Boom going down with his shorty. He didn't really have anything to really answer in a long peak there. And Suos and his friendly neighborhood gamers should be able to just win this mid position fairly easily.
Oh man, the spray transfer from Patch there, just instantly popping everybody's face square off. Gets the quadra kill again. I think that's, I was gonna say, isn't that his second this game? But no, it was Seos who got the quadra earlier in the game. But already just lights out gameplay from Zelos.
Yeah, great plays here. They're making sure to shut down Bully Hunters in the early game, making these defending champs have to say, maybe we've got some competition. Maybe we got someone who could take our title away from us. But still, it's very early in the game, only 4 out of the 26 rounds, or 25 rounds that we could get here. Could still go either way, especially with the availability from a better buy here from Bully Hunters back into what they had in round 3. Hopefully looking to make this round go a little bit more in their favor after they had a pretty decent round 3, despite losing it to the tragic double pick and double peek onto the boathouse. Play is going to be onto A.
Running through the site here. Drew's going to pick up one. Does he have the wherewithal? He survives because the run it back time's out. Drew's already taken out 2 members, and now we see Patch taking Vince out. The run it back just simply wasn't enough. Spike is on the site as well, so I don't really see a world where this works out. Boom losing the operator again the second time already. Quinton's already on an Odin. Like, what is happening?
This is looking very, very difficult for Bully Hunters. You could tell in that push that they were kind of out of sync right there. Vince went for a flank, and then 2 members of his team peeked before he could get the angle onto the opposing Cypher, and so 2 members immediately go down, and then by the time Vince actually gets behind his target, he has to go back. He doesn't get the immediate headshot. Because of that, his team just all dies in the same place, and the remaining members were forced into a bad position, and now it's just down to Irvin to try to save his Vandal, despite being seen by all these members. And it's just going to run up Quinton picking up that kill, making sure there isn't a save available.
So, don't need to aim when you just hold down left trigger. But yeah, that's 5 rounds now on the board for Zelos. Really coming on strong here against the Bully Hunter squad, who up until today had looked fairly untouchable. You know, was very dominant last week, was very dominant the week before until Grand Finals. And now, I don't think we've seen them in a position like this in quite a long time.
Just about every single fight they're losing out, and Quinton right through the wall finds Vince. He doesn't have to aim when he can just left click and move back and forth, side to side, picking off through the wall. As you said, they're made of paper, if not some toilet paper. Suos finding his first kill with the op, looking for some more if his team decides to just... Oh, that's going in again. Quinton looking for the kills, is going to find another, looking for a third, and there's the headshot. 3 kills for Quinton with this Odin in this round, blind for most of them. So, continuing to look very bad for Bully Hunters.
Yeah, things are not getting better at this point because of their as I say, their economy is still pretty good. You know, they're still able to keep picking up these, you know, operators. You know, that last round was a bit light, but now they got, you know, triple Phantom and an operator. Things are looking good.
I was more pulling out the fact that Zelos across the board, they, even if they lose this round, they still have enough money for 2 more full buys in a row. They are so wealthy right now with multiple members at 9,000. Like, this is a terrible position to be in for Bully Hunters, because even if you win rounds, you're going to have to continue to win them in the same fashion or the same dominance time and time again before you start to put Zelos on a bad economy. So this is just going to be a very difficult game to win, or a difficult half to get back into if you are Bully Hunters, taking down this monster of an economy.
Hunter's Fury gets procced there, sending it into the site, but here is Drew actually losing the trade with Vince. And now we see the ultimate being used by Seos. And so can they get onto the site between the Turbulent Wind and the Flame Wall there? It's tough to get through. Cade, though.
That Phoenix Wall was very strange. That's not how fire works. It just kind of floated up to heaven. Vince now going to be the man to watch the drop onto site. Bully Hunters finally have a decent space on the site. They have 3 members alive to the 4 of their opposition, but still going to be hard for them to win this round. Vince being the 1 man down in hell, getting taken out, and now it's down to Boom with his op. Does find the kill onto Suos, but is unable to find the round as Cade with the 3K is going to shut down Bully Hunters' hopes.
I thought that was going to be the collateral. We saw him go up the wall, come out of the smoke, and they're literally just perfectly lined up. And I was like, he just won the round. It's over. It's donezo. But no, only able to pick up 1 kill there. Still leaves Patch able to get the defuse while Cade takes down the combatant. And 7 rounds on the board. Another full buy coming in from the Bully Hunters. And I think they've just hit a point where I don't think they really need to worry about the economy. They need to get rounds before they start worrying about their financials.
I believe Quinton died that round and he just picked up another Odin because he felt like it. He won rounds previously with it, and it's been working out for him, despite not really being the most optimal choice in most games. He's just having fun at this point. They are dominating Bully Hunters, and despite Suos getting picked off by that op, I still have to say Zelos is in a very good spot to win this round, still.
No spraying coming through here. They do get a little bit of information off of the Owl drone. Here comes the run it back. Once again, they are going to see him on the recon bolt. Crazy decides not to cancel his teleport and goes over, but Urban popping the head off of this over there. Should be getting another spike plant in. 3-on-3 retake situation.
It's going to be the retake patch. Looking for the angles. Is spotted out by the Owl drone. This location is revealed. So now it's on to Drew to find the kills. Does find one. Darren taken down. He's going to see the second taken out, but Patch is there to answer. And now is just one man standing. It is Vince, and he's taken out. Patch with the 3K and the defuse is going to find his team the victory. Almost going to be getting his ult up as well.
Yeah, only needs one more before having the resurrection again. Patch just lights out 12-1-5. You know, highest KDA in the game. You know, even well above the next person on his team, Suos, of the 9-3. And now, once again, we're getting a decent buy coming from Bully Hunters. You know, we're currently sitting at 3 rifles, potentially getting a third out of Darren, or fourth, excuse me. So again, they need to worry about these round wins more than their economy right now, and just need to go full sail every single time from here on out.
Yeah, they're never going to get back into this economy game at this point, especially with Suos answering back to Boom's pick from the last round, finding his own pick this time, and operator to operator is going to go the way of Zalos now. Mid smoked off, walled off. It is going to be a difficult take for Bully Hunters to even get onto a site right now, as they have to regroup in the back, say, nothing's working out. I don't know what to do. Let's just wait it out for a second and confuse these guys.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to get to the site, you know, multiple times in a row now. They've gotten, you know, spike plants, just haven't been able to hold off the retake situation. And so now we can see Patch playing quite aggressively in this mid smoke while the rest of the team goes up that catwalk play. Smoke is going to diffuse. They're hearing footsteps. Paranoia coming out from Cade.
Just finding one on Vince, looking for a second. The tree flicks over, finds the headshot onto Darren. That op not coming in for the strong one shot. This is once again Bully Hunters in the back foot, having to push on this. Getting taken down from a blind-ish spray from Drew. And a second's going to come in. Drew finds 2 headshots, shutting down Bully Hunters' hopes and dreams of finding even a single kill in this round.
And then, you know, using the smart financial play and recovering both tripwires as well as saving yourself 400 credits. Although at this point, it simply doesn't matter. Like, you've been at 9,000 for like 4 rounds in a row now. Like, it is just absolutely unneeded at this point. I do find these tripwire positions a little interesting. It's not going to be something that gets checked a lot. I don't think people really run that far over, so I am curious if they actually do anything for him.
I think it's mostly, since he normally solo holds A site, it's if there is a hard rush to A and all the members of Bully Hunters get onto that site, then it prevents members from taking angles, or at least spots out where the members of Bully Hunters will look to take the angles, because you can just watch that both those entry points from the front with those traps and make sure it's a little bit harder to get in, and people might not expect those traps there. So this is going to be the A rush. They are going to get onto the site, taking out the first trap, and soon to be the second, as I believe Drew walks over that one.
Does still have the camera available on top of that area, though. Recon arrow, not going to hit anything. Paranoia doing some good work. Hunter's Fury trades back onto Vince. They're trying to get anything else. Odin spray now available. Can they get it done? Here comes the shock dart going up and over. Knives not going to connect, and it is Seos on the Phantom coming on through. Gonna get it to halfway, and then probably give it over to what are they going for? They're going for an operator, maybe. I don't know.
Picks up the Odin because they gotta keep the Odin. They've won every single round with the Odin.
Yeah, so it was Seos wanting the operator. It is curious that they didn't give the ult charge over to Quinton, though, who had just used his Hunter's Fury, meanwhile, Suos does have it available already.
I'll find them.
Yep, Suos does have his ultimate available. So I think considering how Suos was capping the spike, not finishing it immediately, I think he was trying to communicate to give it over to his teammate, but then the teammate just kind of ran away, so he was like, okay, I guess I'll just finish it. Whatever you want, mate. Now it's on to Bully Hunters with a disconnect from Darren. I think we're going to have a pause. Maybe not.
I don't think we can pause in round. I don't think the technology is there just yet.
Yeah, so Darren's going to be AFK for a little bit this round. It's going to be additionally questionable here for Bully Hunters to win this round without their entry man, the Phoenix. But or wait, no, Phoenix is Vince. I was dying. It's Sova. Sova is in an alright place to be nice and safe, disconnected in that cubby. Not available to be shot down quite yet. The attackers just waiting out yet again. They could push onto A site as they have been more successful in getting their plants there. There's the blinds heading out towards heaven, getting onto site. Cade's the man behind A. He's going to find one. Drew finds one as well, and now playing a little bit back, has to find this kill onto Urban, but Urban is the one to find it himself. Now with the push onto site, it is going to be Bully Hunters, 2 men strong. The spike going to get planted. You gotta plant it now or else it's going to be too late. Running very low on time, but 4 members of Zealous are still available. Quentin with his Odin is going to be spraying through the wall. Urban finding a second, or rather a fourth for himself. Still going to have multiple members more to find. He's going to get taken out through the wall. Suos with the operator shot to shut that man down, and Darren being AFK. Going to be actually play a little bit of a mind game, preventing the enemy team from defusing, but they're just going to stick at this point, realizing, hey, this guy isn't even here.
Yeah, tough luck to already be in a 5v4 situation due to a disconnect. It was super strong play coming out from Urban, though, almost making it not matter. Was able to pick up a quadra kill with 2 kills on the Cade, his poor KDA in that sense. But now we're into the last round before the swap. I do believe we have the opportunity to pause at this point because it is pre-round. Unless he has reconnected, but I didn't see the message in the chat, so I don't know if that's a thing, but it doesn't look like we're going to get a pause. We are just going to run right into the round. It is 11-0 here on the Bully Hunters pick, by the way. I don't think we've actually mentioned it since then. They did choose this map to play on.
And with an early pick onto Boom, it's already down to the 3v5 in this round. Bully Hunters definitely on the down foot, pushing back towards their A site through mid, through the cat position. Coming onto tree, Cade's going to be the man to stop this. Finds one onto Urban, looking for another. Does find the headshot, gets his second, and Drew able to pick off that last man. And all of a sudden, it's the full half, all 12 rounds, going over to Zelos, as Darren's just going to be sitting still.
Yeah, there we do. We do get the message that there has been an abandon. Will not spawn next round. So as we head into the pistol round, it does still show him on the map. So I don't know if that means he reconnected or if the game just gets confused between halves. Granted, it is a custom lobby as well. Not fully aware how those actually operate. I do like what we see from the Zello squad on pistols. A lot of times what they will do is they will buy a ghost. One person will buy a ghost and another person will buy armor, and so they give the ghost over to the person with the armor. It is a tactic that we saw in Counter-Strike a lot, with people upgrading round 1 and somebody buying them a weapon. It makes it kind of like a raid boss style scenario. As we see Zelos now pushing through this A short area. Huge flash coming through. It doesn't even matter though. Cade takes out the headshot.
Yeah, when you have 4 members, it's hard to find 4 headshots in a row there. As Cade picks up his second kill onto Crazy, looking for some more. Boost his KDA a little bit up more as looking very good for Zalos' final round of the game, likely going over to their side for the 13-0 victory. Urban, though, saying, I'm not going to let that happen quite yet. Finds 2 for himself. Tries to go for a third through tree, but is going to be stopped due to the wall and making plenty of noise to be heard out, blinded out. So he's going to rotate back through window, back to heaven. Going to be answered here from the opposing members all across the board. Suos with 2 kills, and last man standing is Darren. That's it. That's first game going over to Zalos in this best of 3.
Yeah, and like I was just saying, this was the Bully Hunters map pick. They chose to play this map over any of the other maps available to them, but a 13-0 coming out from Zalos is simply not what I expected to happen in any sense of the word. You know, we have this new team coming in, you know, they've been playing lights out all tournament, and to them to come in and just stomp, like just completely obliterate, you know, our previous champions, it just so beyond what I was expecting. And Joker, welcome back to the desk. You were watching along with us there, and I can see some incredulousness in your messages as well. What happened?
Honestly, I don't know, because that's quite different than any other time I've ever seen Bully Hunters play. You talked about it a lot, Doctor, that the Bully Hunters are aggressive and they take control early on, and they're just able to shut down and wind out their competition with that aggression. I didn't see that. I just didn't. I just didn't see that at all from them. It looked like they were stumbling. I don't know if it was because of the map pick, because this is one of the first times we've seen Ascension in quite some time. It still is the most recently released map, so it's not the most comfortable for a lot of teams. But it was just something that I don't know if you can base it on the map pick, but this was not the Bully Hunters that we've seen before. Now, that being said, they did have the unfortunate disconnect, and it looks like they are going to be getting a sub. So it looks like, I believe it was Darren that was having the issues with his internet. So we're going to get somebody, they're going to get a sub in, but that could even spell more disaster for them, because now they're not playing with their comfortable 5. They're going to be playing with the 6th, and they're going to be playing, you know, again on another map that we haven't necessarily played in a while. And they've really got to pull some kind of rabbit out of their hat if they want to force a game 3.
And so now we're heading into Zelos's pick of Haven terrain. So now this is an odd situation because, you know, you lost on your own map pick. You know, Zelos is feeling amazing now that they like 13-0'd on the opponent's pick. They now get their own map choice to play on. Is this game 2 going to be, you know, so much better for them?
It could go either way. I mean, both teams are likely very comfortable on Haven. When Valorant was first released, the competitive scene saw a lot of favor to playing on Haven as that competitive map, and Wall has switched to Bind and Split a little bit more. So Haven is still a map that I'm sure both these teams are very comfortable on. And even though Bully Hunters has a sub, it could kind of be a sleeper pick. They could have this sleeper super carry coming into
Just
this
get a
game and
ringer.
absolutely demolishing everything. We could have a wild turtle situation here.
That's very true. You know, ace on ace on ace. We are going to take a short break, guys, while we give the Bully Hunters time to get their substitute up to speed. Real quick, before we head out, though, we do want to remind you, next Saturday, the Pit of Valor signups are already available. If you've seen any action today and you have enjoyed it so far, we're actually heading straight into the next match. So sign up for next week's Pit of Valor, and definitely sign up for our Thursday night Radiant Arena $10 entry, $200 prize pool. And let's just jump into this game too. Let's see what we are going to be watching today. Once again, it is going to be on Haven, and we do have the substitute in for the Bully Hunters after the unfortunate disconnect last game. And I say unfortunate, but they did only lose what, 2 rounds, 3 rounds?
I think it was 3 due to the disconnect.
And it was quite literally the last 3.
Yes, it was the last 3, and last round, or the last round of that first half was already looking very much one-sided to Zelos. So the fact that Bully Hunters lost that round wasn't all that much of a surprise, given what they had to compete into.
And so now heading into the Haven, they have replaced Darren with Deck Dabs.
I need this.
Also on the Sova though. So it seems like the Sova pick is integral to their team composition. You know, they didn't just replace the player, they brought in the same player style, I guess, is the word I'm trying to use.
Replace the player, not the play style. You know?
Yeah. So they're still going to be getting some recon arrows. They're still going to be getting information out of it. We can already see him lining up that recon bolt for the pistol round. This is a new one for me.
Yeah, this goes right onto A site. I believe it reveals right above Heaven is where it normally hits. But I think he actually missed it from the looks of it. I think he sent it a little bit too far. The light tap that one. Vince with the frenzy is able to pick up the first kill here, and looking for a strong start for Bully Hunters as they get onto this A site. Nice and strong members all across the board, all set up, and only one member falling. Did happen to be Urban. Now Vince also falling as well. It's going to be looking a little bit more questionable for these guys, but the sub pulling out the shots, gets Quinton down. Crazy finding another one into Cade, and it's just down to one member of the defenders in the Heaven position. Two people strong of Bully Hunters. They can just wait this out. One shot will do it. It's going to be the misses here, but Crazy does find the cleanup, does find the triple kill for himself, and Bully Hunters off to a good start, winning their first round of the series.
Yeah, and this is now their opportunity to really put Zealous on the back foot. We've talked about how much they struggle when they're down economically, and so what Zealous has done is they've gone down 2-3 rounds in the beginning. Suddenly they build up a bankroll and they can start bringing it back. Now that they have lost this first round, they're going to be heading into round 2 with pistols once again, and if they go down here, it's still not out for them because they then get that round 3 bye.
Is the recon dart going to hit this time? It does in this one. Does find at least one member. Drew was the man to take it out nice and quick. So this is going to be information gained from both teams. I mean, Cypher normally does hold this A position, either that or sometimes he gets put onto C to hold both the garage entry point as well as C long, but see more often now holding the A position as short is going to be the play here for Bully Hunters for the most part. Vince being nice, pushed up strong and up front. Drew, the man with the shorty, to answer it back. Frenzy doesn't do too well, but he peeks it out and just gets taken down by the Stinger. Suo's able to pick a kill back, losing his life to the Spectre of Crazy though. It's going to be Bully Hunters back onto the A site, getting their second plant, and with only 2 members for the retake, it's going to be very difficult for Zealous to win this round.
It was just super bad timing there. Beginning of the round, you decide to make the rotation happen, and as you run by A short, there happens to be 3 members there just ready to light you up. Yeah, that's just bad timing. And so now they're just going to save.
Why? Why would they save with a shorty and a classic?
You do keep 600 credits out of the opposing team's hand, and that's about the extent of that. You are not going to be taking a shorty into the round 3. You do not get the loss bonus though, so like financially this is still actually worse for you.
Okay, patch that though.
Quinty gets a kill. All right.
Quinton does. They do get one. I don't think it was the most optimal play still, but at least only one member of Zelos is going to lose out on that loser's bonus. Still able to get plenty of money to purchase up in this round. Does find himself, what was it? Does find himself a, I believe it was a Phantom he purchased. So now it's looking just about even on both sides' purchases. We're going to see both teams pulling out the stocks, pulling out the guns here. Although a somewhat light buy in terms of Spectres here for Zelos. So they're going to have to find this win back onto the A site yet again. guessing the Owl Drone is going to be the first thing picked. Urban finds himself a kill into Patch by the B site. Not exactly the area you expect to get a pick pushed up already against the defenders, but it is going to go the way of Bully Hunters to start out and going to set this A push, looking a little bit better for themselves. So Bully Hunters back onto the A short, playing it slow, making sure to not do any over-aggressive play, and at the same time, no over-aggression and bad peeks here from Zalos, as it is going to be Suos picking up his own kill. Another one for himself with the Vandal, taken down from Boom's Ghost, but now having to peek this Vandal is going to be difficult. Another kill going over to the defenders. Last man standing is Mr. Sub himself. DK Dabs going to be the one to try to clutch out this round. It's not going to be successful. Cade with the wraparound finds himself the flank. Is going to be a nice defuse, a simple defuse, sharing the ult point. Finally, Zalos back in this game, find that third round win.
Yeah, they're going to pick up their first round of the set so far. And that could potentially all they need. They do have a full economy on the Bully Hunters, though, so they will be rebuying everything and will not have another full gun round. If they do lose this one again, however, then they will be in a bit of a bad spot. You know, we do only see 100 credits remaining on multiple members of the Bully Hunters. The one shining light so far I think they have so far is that Dabs is actually performing quite well. 3-2 already has gotten, you know, some really, you know, important takedowns, and, you know, isn't a slouch by any means. So now it is Zalos' turn to really, you know, put something together here. Quinton's potentially pushing into 4 members here, and he's just going to get exploded by Urban.
Urban finding the nice entry headshot to pick up this good start to the round. Is the run it back is not going to be available as Phoenix is taken out, and that's one of the 2 ultimates available here for Zalos. Taken down. Showstopper still available though, can shut down a big push if used correctly. Though that raises positions on the flank to try to get behind, push through mid. Spray through the smoke is going to be Boom, finding himself the kill onto Drew. 3 members now of Zalos are going to have to find their way back on. Nice kill there from Boom. It's going to be answered back from Patch, find the return crazy. It's the man to do it. Sage on Sage battle goes over to the way of Bully Hunters. Still 3 people available on site and just the Raze here to find the retake. Could be difficult for her to do so, especially when she's not quite into a good position to find it. Just going a little bit behind Vince. He's not able to find him as he is looking the wrong way, but is able to find it when he looks the right way. Not enough time to defuse though, just going to be the pick and the rotate out. Both teams just going to save their weapons for now. Attackers find themselves around, Bully Hunters up 3-1.
That's super bad for the economy of Zalos. You know, looking here, yeah, I mean, they don't have anything. They're able to pick up a second rifle on the Patch, who has been fragging out a bit, but everybody else, you know, before Cade bought a gun, he was at 1900. Before Quinton does anything, he's at 2500. Drew just is poverty level with his own 1800 without having bought anything. So just, you know, worst case scenario, when you win a round, you lose the next one, and you get that, you know, level 1 loss bonus, and you just have to hold that. Like, you don't have the opportunity to do anything about it.
And generally the rule of thumb is if you are below 1900, then do not buy. Cade though does find himself a kill with the Stinger. Nice way to pick down Vince, get a kill for himself. Quinton finding one as well, but Urban able to find his second kill.
You will not kill my
All the
ally.
potential to find his way into the ace. Quinton, that wasn't a revive you wanted to do. Patch revives his teammate in just open fire to his opposing team, and now Patch has to find a good flank. Here's Suos there with the showstopper, finds one, looking for 2, is going to be the second with his Phantom, but now Patch, the man on the back line, able to find the flank, and defenders win the economy round.
All right, so I think that recommends an exclamation point thrifty in the chat, folks. It may not have been a true thrifty, but man, that was pretty tough. You know, sacrificing Quinton to the KDA gods, you know, giving him that second death on the board. But I mean, Patch makes up for it by securing the round win. You know, on that heavy flank, Seos being able to get a kill with the showstopper and still pick up a second before getting traded off is almost unheard of, right? Like, you know, he should have died to the Cypher there. There's no reason for him to have been able to get both kills there, but he does, and it really secures the round for his team. And you can see now how slow the Bully Hunters are taking it. They are going to get the off your feet coming through here. Not going to connect onto anybody, and it simply announces to Cade that, you know, this is where they are. Cade picks up 2 kills before not going down. Only gets taken down to about half HP. Shock Dart not going to connect thanks to the teleport. And Spike's down on site. Patch picks up 1. Cade picks up his 3rd. And Urban's on the huge flank, but this is really tough for him. 3v1.
This 3v1 and not going to go his way. Drew with the nice peek out. Cypher for Cypher goes the way of Zalos. Back up to this tie game as if nothing ever happened. Well, the economy would say a little bit otherwise. Fairly weak on the side of Bully Hunters as they did lose 2 rounds in a row. Having to save this round to just get a few simple pistol purchases. We see a Sheriff in there, a Ghost, a Frenzy. Possibly find a pick or 2 onto the pretty healthy members of Zalos. Phantoms, Vandals, and an Operator as well is going to be in the hands of Suos. Possibly spotting out this rush onto the A site if it is chosen to go that way.
And you did hear that little thrifty sound. Suos getting the kill through the wall. High penetration Operator shot. And instantly into a 5v4 now for the attackers. They do seem to be getting some gription here in the middle lane. They do need to get onto the site still, though. Sage Wall still available. No longer available.
Multiple kills from these defenders coming out. Zalos looking very strong in this round, but is to be somewhat expected. Boom got behind, and Drew just says, wait, why are you here? You're a parasite, get out. Kicks the tick right on off of him.
It's actually really unfortunate because Boom wasn't even able to get the kill onto Suos. I don't know why, because we saw him try and shoot him in the back of the head, and it just looked like he got dinked and didn't quite go down. So that's unfortunate for him. But for the 3 round wise, we do see a bit of an economy building up for Zalos. We do see Drew just completely setting up shop here on the B site, leaving Cade alone on that C opportunity. But we also haven't really seen Bully Hunters attempt to go for this C site, except for a couple times now.
I mean, it is an Operator purchase on Boom, so they do have the option to peek those long angles a little bit more fairly, considering how an equal Operator's share is on both these teams. But Drew is now going to be the man to find his picks. If he can get him 1 on the spray, doesn't find a second. Vince picking up that kill. Patch looking to close this out. Kills all over the place, and Urban finds himself 2 more. It's going to be down to the 1v1, I believe. Cade versus his opposition. Urban is going to find himself the kill. The last man standing, and the last man standing in the round. It's going to be back up to 4-4, and Bully Hunters find themselves around back into it and make their economy purchase. Their I cannot speak. Their expensive purchase is worth it.
Yeah, that was super tight, though. I definitely think they would have preferred to be a bit more cleaner there. Potentially keep more than just a single Operator alive. They have the money for it, so they are able to rebuy, but it definitely hurts when you're looking at 200 credits, you know, for multiple members.
Man, if you replace Suos in that fight with the positioning of, I believe it was Drew, then that would have been a clean 5-man showstopper. Like, he had the perfect positioning to fire off a showstopper, but it wasn't the Raze that was there. It wasn't the Raze. It was the Cypher, and you don't win that.
Which is indeed unfortunate, but we persevere, and so now we should be getting another big execution here from the Bully Hunters onto the B side. Double smokes coming on through. Huge camera information coming on through, though. They do break out the tripwires, but they're not able to break the recon bolt in time. Patch picking up 2. Zeus picking up 1 as well before Crazy. The wall is in time, but they simply do not care. Only 1 person left alive for the Bully Hunters. Does have the spike, but is definitely trapped in this heaven position. Crazy gonna get 1. Just play time, guys. You don't gotta worry about it. It's not the end of the world.
Blind though. Kid's just going to pick that up clean and simple with his blind sent out. It's very difficult for Crazy to win that fight. So he had a tough position to get onto that site. From rotating out of heaven is never fun because as soon as you leave that window, you are in the line of fire from everywhere. You can't get onto that A site without having a lot of issues dropping down. So Crazy does find himself one pick at the end, but still going to be very heavily in favor of Zelos here coming into this 10th round. Closing in on the half point. We still have 2 more after this before got the last round before swap. So it's going to be looking scary if Bully Hunters can't build back up their economy and find at least 1 or 2 rounds before this half ends. Cade going to be the man to close out this push though, but taken out by Crazy's Classic. Now Quinton trying to look for some kills, gets 2 for himself, runs out of ammo, switch to the Classic. Crazy is the Crazy with the Classic, so he gets himself that fight win. Still plenty of members of Zelos available to stop this push, stop this site, and get that retake. So it's going to be pushing around, but Patch going to be the man to close out this round with Drew. Defenders win it out with a strong retake onto that C site.
Yeah, a full economy round coming in there for the Bully Hunters. Didn't have anything really available. Cade just had the unlucky position of being teaked by 3 members all at the same time. It's simply, who do you shoot in a situation like that? And he ends up just getting completely overwhelmed. They do still win the round, so it doesn't really matter in the end. And now we do see full rifle buys on each side. Boom with the operator again. I feel like we haven't really seen him with that this game. So if he can get it done now with only 2 rounds remaining left in the half, this is really the time. And
he's had it a few times. Boom's had the op a few times, but Suzuos has been the man to use the operator with style. He's found plenty of picks for himself with that weapon to start off this round. Forcing out the resurrection from Bully Hunter's Sage is definitely not a good start, as a major ultimate is already blown and you haven't even got a very strong push onto a site yet. So I guess it prevents a little bit of damage being dealt from a pick, but still, that's a major ultimate cooldown burned. And now Bully Hunters have to find this A siege. This could be questionable for them to go to any other site. There's the ultimate from the breach. Vince going to be looking for it, but Patch is the man to find 2 kills himself. Crazy answering it back, but Suos shuts down Crazy as 3 members of Bully Hunters fall immediately, and there's a 4th. Just one man standing against Boom with his operator, just trying to save. Takes out Cade, but he's going to get flanked out here from Quinton, and a round win, forcing us to the last round of half with a 7-round, or rather 3-round advantage for Zelos. So they also have a very strong economy going into relatively nothing for Bully Hunters.
Patch was disoriented and still got a double kill. I cannot think of a worse situation to find yourself in, where you blow the breach ultimate and still end up getting double killed. Like, that's so unfortunate, and it almost shut the round out completely at that point. You've already blown your 2 biggest ultimates in the resurrection and the off your feet, and just what else do you do at that point? They are looking to do a full sieve rush. Paranoia coming out from both sides. Cade's not letting up, gets 1, doesn't get a second, but Quinton's here. Drew as well bringing out, and a flawless round 12 coming in for Zelos, excuse me. Man, they're really looking to just shut out this series 2-0 in a speed round fashion.
That was just about as flawless as it gets, as not only did nobody die from Zelos, but nobody took damage. I guess you could say that the Phoenix ulti tanked a little bit of damage, but still, all members of Zelos were at full health bars at the end of that round. Not a single shot landed onto a real target, which is just going to show how well Zelos is playing in these games and really showing their advantage, as now they're looking to even close out this series in the second half. Still, plenty of rounds to be played. This could still go Bully Hunter's way. So this is going to be the spot out onto the C-long push, and this is going to be the flash onto themselves as Zelos look a little bit questionable on this hard rush, but still finding themselves onto the site. DK Dabs is going to be finding a lot of good shots. Crazy finding the kill though. This Suo is picking up 2 himself. Kills traded across the board. Spike is planted though. 3 members strong of Zalos on this site. Defend their spike. Raj is walled off. Quinton finding his kill onto Boom. Headshot landed, and Suo is going to close out the round nice and strong with his ghost. Headshot 3K for himself.
Yeah, Boom was heard jumping through the window, so they knew he was there. Easy free headshot at that point. So 9-4 now. We're already seeing Phantoms being bought up by Zalos. I don't see a world where Bully Hunters can financially recover from this.
Pulling out the reference to the Tiger Show. I love that meme so much.
It's just, I mean, look at this. They're not even buying. They bought a shorty, and that's it.
An interesting
no.
push from the defenders. It's going to be the clash of titans in this position, not even making it a C-Log, and Zalos finding 4 kills immediately. The clever play from the defenders not coming in, Bully Hunters is shut down, and Boom is the last man standing. Wow, what a start to this round.
Yeah, doesn't really... Yeah, you can't really talk about that too much. They went for the old pistol stack, and turns out rifles beat pistols. Who would have thought? 10-4 is now the scoreline. We are seeing some rifles being purchased by the Bully Hunter squad. You know, their title defense is looking a little rocky right now, but they could bring it back. They can still win this round here, get to 10-5, and start just building up an economy and really able to put this game back onto even footing.
And that being said, if they lose this round, then they are in a very terrible position, unable to buy for some of the final rounds that we'll get. Having only 2 rounds to lose, if they lose this one, is going to be rough, but the nice flash in is going to mean that these attackers do have a little bit of fight left in them. 3-for-3 trade in the end, though. It's going to make this fight still even, but health bars are actually pretty good across the board after that Sage heal. Drew
2 on 2. Spike is down. Drew needs to win this duel against Dabs, though. That's the thing. Just had to go garage. I can't imagine they try and rotate back to A. So I'm curious what the play is here. We do see them swapping out a gun. All right, upgrading from the Bulldog to presumably a Phantom. And now they need to be safely quiet. Shots coming out from somebody.
I think that was Drew firing off a Bulldog, actually, as a little bit of a bait. I'm not sure if that was exactly the play, but this is going to be the push onto the C site.
They know he's here.
And the bait would say that it was coming from garage, and so that's where DK Dabs was watching. Now the attackers, Zalos has their position and has the spike planted on C, and Urban is going to have to find this fight win with the Vandal. And thanks to those blind shots, now he's going to say exactly where he is. Especially with a little bit of running, now having to shoot the wall. It's just a repeat of revealing where he is, and guess who's behind you? Patches. Patch rotating in through garage, getting behind Urban, and I can't see this round going in his favor. Does find the kill onto Drew. Now could go closer than expected. Is going to get onto the spike, is going to likely tap to fake it out. Urban is watching the wrong direction. He thinks it's going to be the wait and see long. It isn't though. Patch behind finds his flank and finds himself the win, and this is in an almost impossible situation now for Bully Hunters to climb back in with their absolutely demolished economy.
Yeah, I mean, they have to do a full save now. Literally don't, never mind, they don't agree. They completely disagree with me. I guess they're really relying on that loss bonus to put them in an even footing in the last round. You know, they're on a relatively short buy. The Phantom Vandal are each 2,900, obviously. The Ares is only 16. Bulldogs are 2,100, so they are pretty well stocked. Man, this didn't work out last time for you guys. I can't imagine. Oh, it kind of works. They get 1 for 1. But the resurrection's available, so Quinton's coming right back.
Yeah, playing that aggressive play versus these 2 ultimates is going to be difficult. Quinton even has his ult available to make another push. Finds the kill onto DK, push it onto the C site. Now it's down to the Sage to watch C, although attackers have plenty of time to make a rotate. Zelos making sure to show off in this game. Quentin getting his flank off is going to get behind Urban here, finding himself a kill. Or rather, Drew got the kill, and Quentin able to close it out. And now we're at match point here for Zelos, as they're looking very good, and now an even more crushed economy for Bully Hunters. This is looking like we're going to have a new champion in the Pit of Valor.
Yeah, it's tough to see a world in which this half buy really works out for them, in a way that the full buy rounds have not. 12-4 though, current scoreline. They do have some rifles, couple specters. Meanwhile, everybody on the Zalo side is fully kitted out. So we'll have to see how these two operate. They are spamming through that wall, hoping somebody peeks, but Quentin's gonna take two in that middle area. He actually got the two ultimates. He killed two people. They were the only two people with the ultimates available. And with a third member, fourth member is down. That is gonna do it. They ended out flawless once again. And we
One shot landed.
A new Pit of Valor champion in the form of Zelos. They are going to take it 2-0 over the previous champions, Bully Hunters. And game 2 was more competitive, but that game 1 was just ridiculous.
In that final round, it's really sad to say, but Zelos did more damage to their own team than the opposing team did to them.
I mean, it was a changing of the guard. That was definitely a closer second map, but it just looked like Bully Hunters just couldn't stick together. They weren't playing like they were early on today, like we expected them to play, like we've seen them play in the last few rounds. I mean, hey, making 3 out of 3 straight grand finals, that's nothing to scoff at. Seriously, that is some fantastic competition from the Bully Hunters, but I don't know what Zelos did to the Bully Hunters, but or how much money the Bully Hunters owed Zelos, because that was just a thorough thrashing in both games. Zelos literally beat the Bully Hunters like they owed them money. It was that bad, and just congratulations to Zelos for a fantastic best of 3 series, of a great run through the bracket, taking down Trade Like Pros Red, that was Bully Hunters, excuse me, but taking down Expandable, who, we saw that was a very close match. Taking down E-Vikings as well. That is as good of a run through a Pit of Valor bracket as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, not dropping a single game. Obviously, the tournament is best of 1 up until the grand finals, but then to still also be undefeated there, taking a quick and clean 2-0. They are going to be taking home that grand prize for themselves. And maybe we'll see them on Thursdays in our Radiant Arena $10 entry, $200 prize pool. If you want to sign up, the signups are down below. So be sure to go ahead and click those links, guys. We do also have our free to enter Pit of Valor Saturday tournament, which does again have that $50 prize pool that we will be giving over to the teams today. So be sure to sign up for those, folks. Get your share of the bread and make sure to show up for it.
Yeah, that's it. We hope to see you guys there next week, either on Thursday or on Saturday. For Paul, Doctor over that away, right over that away.
It's
backwards.
It's that way.
Something. But for Paul, for Doctor, for Terrain, we want to thank Ben again and Rose for production and TO helping to run things smoothly. Couldn't do it without those guys. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for watching. We will catch you next time here on the Pit of Valor.